I used to think love was a quiet thing. A hand brushing against mine, in the dark. A familiar perfume lingering in the air. The soft murmur of a name spoken in sleep. Love was the silent understanding. In a glance across the room, the way her fingers found mine in a crowded place. The shared laughter over inside jokes no one else would ever understand. I thought love was the way her eyes lit up when she saw me. The way she whispered my name, like secret. Something sacred. But love can also be a knife. A sharp gleaming thing honed by deception, slipping so smoothly between your ribs that you don't even feel the wound until you look down and see the blood. It started with a whisper. A promise. This anniversary. It will be unforgettable, Claire had said, her fingers trailing over my chest one night. Her voice was soft teasing, filled with something I mistook for excitement. I believed her. For 13 years we'd built a life together, one of whispered confessions, lazy Sunday mornings, shared dreams. We weren't perfect, but we were us. And when she hinted at a grand surprise, I let myself believe. I imagined candlelit dinners, a weekend getaway, a reminder that after all these years we could still make each other's hearts race. Then the credit card statements came. At first, it was a curiosity. A notification of an unusually high charge. Then, another, and another. Hotel bookings. Lavish dinners at restaurants I'd never been to. Jewelry. A tailored suit. Perfume. None of them for me. I didn't say anything. I waited. Because, if love is a knife, betrayal is the hand that wields it, and I needed to see how deeply it would cut. The night of our anniversary arrived, wrapped in golden candlelight and the scent of red wine. Everything was perfect. Almost too perfect. Claire came home, humming a soft tune under her breath, carrying a bag from a boutique I didn't recognize. The kind of store where sales associates smiled warmly as they wrapped luxury in delicate tissue paper. She kissed my cheek, her lips warm, familiar. "You look handsome," she said. I smiled. So did she. I wondered if she had smiled like that when she walked into the hotel with him. If she had touched his face the way she touched mine. Now I watched her closely. Every detail. The way she checked her reflection in the hallway mirror, smoothing a hand over her dress. The way she adjusted her necklace, turning her head slightly to admire the effect. The way she seemed excited. "I can't wait for tonight," she murmured against my ear, pressing close. Neither could I. The dining room was set exactly as she expected. White linen. Flickering candles. Wine glasses catching the warm glow. A setting meant for romance, for celebration. But there was something else. Something unexpected. A projector. A screen. And a file innocently labeled Memories, waiting to play. Her heels clicked against the hardwood floor as she stepped inside, the delicate scent of her perfume trailing behind her. She paused, eyes flickering to the screen. Confusion first. Then something else. Unease. "What is this?" she asked, her voice lighter than it should have been. A careful attempt at nonchalance. I didn't answer. Instead, I reached for the remote and I pressed play. The first image flickered onto the screen. Claire dressed in a midnight blue gown, sitting at a candlelit table. Her head tilted slightly, eyes locked on the man across from her. A stranger. Not me. A sharp inhale cut through the room. A gasp. Then silence. The laughter and casual conversations of our friends like a dying ember, smothered by the weight of what they were seeing. The next image came too quickly, the transition smooth, seamless. Like a cruel slideshow of a life I didn't know existed. Claire standing in a hotel lobby. Her fingers grazing the arm of a man in a charcoal suit. The touch, intimate, absent-minded. Her smile, soft knowing. The kind of smile that once belonged to me. Then, a video. The speakers crackled softly, before sound filled the room. Her laughter full, uninhibited, spilling into the air like music. I'd almost forgotten how she used to laugh like that. She was happy. But not with me. A series of receipts flashed across the screen. Hotel bookings, restaurant reservations, jewelry stores. A slow, deliberate unveiling of betrayal. Each transaction a nail in the coffin of our marriage. Claire's breath hitched beside me. I heard it, felt it. Turn it off. Her voice wavered thin, fragile. A whisper of desperation wrapped in a command. I didn't. I turned to her. Finally, I looked at her. Not as my wife. Not as the woman I had loved for 13 years. But as a stranger. Someone I had never truly known. Is it unforgettable, Claire? My voice was quiet, steady. She shook her head, her hands trembling. This isn't what you think. The room was deathly still. Dozens of eyes locked onto her. Watching. Waiting. Then tell me, Claire. I took a slow step forward. What is it? Her lips parted. But no sound came because there was nothing to say. The weight of silence was suffocating. A thick, invisible force pressing against the walls, against my ribs. Claire's eyes darted across the room, searching for what? An escape. An excuse. A lifeline. She found none. The people who had once celebrated our love, who had toasted our wedding, who had stood beside us through every milestone, now looked away. Some shifted uncomfortably. Some whispered. But no one spoke for her. She was alone. Michael, please, we can talk about this. Her voice was barely above a breath, heavy with urgency, with fear. I let out a slow exhale, feeling the weight of betrayal settle deeper into my bones. Talk? I repeated, tilting my head slightly, like how you talk to him. Her breath hitched. The silence that followed stretched between us, thick, suffocating, filled with everything we would never be again. Then she did something I never expected. She fell to her knees. There in the soft glow of candlelight, Claire, the woman I had built my life around, the woman who had once promised me forever, knelt before me like a sinner at the altar, like someone desperate to be absolved. I made a mistake. Her voice cracked. A mistake like forgetting an anniversary. Like misplacing a set of keys. Like saying the wrong name in a dream. But this was not a mistake. This was a choice. 1,000 choices. 1,000 moments where she could have walked away, but didn't. Where she could have told me the truth, but didn't. Where she could have remembered the love we had built, but chose to burn it instead. And now she was kneeling. Not because she was sorry, but because she was caught. I exhaled slowly, feeling something inside me break. Something I could never put back together. I stepped back. Happy anniversary, Claire. My voice was calm. Hollow. Final. And then I turned and walked away. The whispers started the moment I left. Soft, urgent murmurs of disbelief. The scraping of chairs. The hushed voices of friends who didn't know where to look, what to say, how to piece together the fragments of the night. I stepped onto the porch, the cool night air slicing through my skin, grounding me. My hands trembled, not with rage, but with something far heavier. Grief. Because I had loved her. God, I had loved her. And now I had to unlove her. The door creaked open behind me. A presence familiar. Hesitant. Michael? I didn't turn. What do you want, Claire? She hesitated. I didn't want to hurt you. A hollow laugh escaped me. But you did. Silence. Then her voice barely a whisper. Do you still love me? I closed my eyes. Searched for the warmth, the need, the desperate desire to hold on, but all I found was a memory. A memory of a man who believed in forever. And a woman who had already let go. I turned to her really, looking at her the first time since the truth unraveled. I did. The words were quiet. Steady. Final. With everything I had. A single tear slipped down her cheek. A delicate, useless thing. Michael, please. But I shook my head. You were right about one thing, I murmured. This anniversary is unforgettable. She flinched as if the words cut her. As if she hadn't already driven the blade between us. Long before tonight, I exhaled. Stepped back. Let the moment settle. Then I turned and walked away. Because sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes there is no fixing what's been broken. And sometimes the most unforgettable nights are the ones where you finally say goodbye.